Enter. Bedroom. Morning. Red tape runs across the carpet and up the walls. Two dressers sit at the foot of twin beds in opposite corners. One side is organized, the bed is made, the floor is clean. Achievement awards and ribbons on the walls. Robotics trophies neatly in place atop the dresser. Super. Wednesday, October 21st, 2015, 7:30 a.m. The other side is a disaster. Clothes hang from open dresser drawers. Shoes, underwear, and trash scattered up to the bedroom divider. Someone is asleep under the covers. An alarm goes off. A hand with black smudges reaches out, hits snooze. On the wall at the head of the bed is a charcoal mural. Marty McFly stands before Doc's giant amp. He's pulled back on his guitar, frozen in time with his pick in the air. Back in Time slides across the screen, pauses mid-mural. The door creaks open. Old man in her late 30s peeks through. Noel McCulley. Wake up, birthday boy. Time for school. Under the sheets, someone groans, tosses, then turns. You better hurry up or you'll be late, sweetie. And Ryan, you better not ditch your little brother again. I mean it, Bojo. Exterior, McCulley backyard, morning. Ryan McCulley, a pudgy, 16-year-old kid, exits his house with his backpack and skateboard, locks the door, and jumps off the back porch. He walks across the grass towards his back gate, passes a wooden spool table in the middle of the yard. Tools clink around inside the garage. He notices the side door slightly ajar, chuckles, pulls out his phone, pops in his earbuds, opens the back gate. Exterior, alley, morning. The garage door is open to the alley. Ryan exits a gate to the left, scrolls down a list of songs on his phone, smiles, back kicks the gate shut. You better not leave without me. Ryan takes off on his skateboard as a familiar song rises. A blurry image darts out of the garage in the background, waving their hands as he rides away. Wait for me! Exterior, residential street, morning. The song explodes with a smash. A saxophone kicks in. Ryan McCulley cruises down the street on a skateboard, goofy foot. He sings along with Huey Lewis and the News. Tell me, doctor, where are we going this time? Is this the 50s or 1999? All I wanted to do was play my guitar and sing, air guitar, so take me away. I don't mind, but you better promise me I'll be back in time. I gotta get back in time. Ring, ring. Ryan checks his phone. Mom selects ignore. Don't let your future on one roll of the dice. Better remember, lightning never strikes twice. Please don't drive 88. Don't want to be late again. Ryan smirks at a group of girls walking down the sidewalk. They giggle, wave back, headed to school themselves. So take me away. I don't mind, but you better promise me I'll be back in time. Gotta get back in time. Gotta get back in time. Get me back in time. The guitar solo comes in, which is followed by a saxophone solo. Ring, ring, checks phone. Susie accepts her FaceTime with a grin. A teenage girl appears on his screen. Happy birthday, babe. Thanks, beautiful. Now where are you? Sorry, almost there. Stayed up too late with Jason. 2 blocks out. Tardy as usual. Now I'm gonna have to wait for you after school again. I love you. Better. Onk, onk. Uh-oh, somebody's coming. FaceTime ends. Ryan looks back over his shoulder, rolls his eyes, pockets his phone. His mother drives up the street in her stealthy hybrid. She slows to a crawl beside her son as he skates to school. I don't pay your phone bill to have you ignore me when I call. You keep this up, I'll sell your father's old Supra in the driveway and you'll be skateboarding forever. Ryan grabs hold of the roll-down passenger window frame. He cruises along with the car as it crawls down the street. And didn't I tell you to wait for your brother? Do I really have to take away tonight? Mom, come on. The whole world's celebrating. You promised we could watch it in the backyard. It's my sweet 16. I don't know. It is a school night. Mom, please don't take this away. Jason and I watched the original last night. Tonight is part 2 and tomorrow night is part 3. Today is the future. Wait for me. Noelle looks in her rearview mirror. 11-year-old Jason McCulley pedals like crazy, tries to catch up on his bike. Now why should I when you treat your little brother so crummy? He really looks up to you. Really need your help with him, kiddo. Ryan reluctantly agrees with a nod. Jason closes in. And I don't want another call from school saying you didn't make it. You understand me? She's ignored. Ryan grooves to the instrumental tunes. Hello, McCulley, school, now. Let go of the car. It's dangerous. You're going like 2 miles an hour, Mom. It's not safe. And where's your helmet? It was just a movie, Ryan. Come down from the clouds. Just a movie? You sound just like your father. Now get going and don't forget your brother after school. Noelle drives off. Ryan slingshots himself from the car over to his brother, grabs his bike seat. You leave me hanging and expect me to pull you? Get lost, butthead. Get over it. We're almost there. Jason struggles to pedal. You've got to lay off those hot pockets, man. Shut up. Peace. I'm off like a prom dress. You wish. Susie's really got eyes for me, bro. Not you. Ryan launches himself down the street. Jason turns the corner, disappears. Ryan cranks the music back up. And don't forget me after school, you Lobo. Only Ryan doesn't hear him as he skates away. Gotta get back in time. Gotta get back in time. Get back, get back, get back. Marty. He ollies a kickflip, cruises, curbside, cruises. Gotta get back in time. Gotta get back in time. Get back, get back. Exterior, South Bay High, day. Susie sits in the shade of a tree outside school, scrolls through social media. Ryan exits with his backpack and skateboard, approaches, gives kiss. Aren't you tired of detention? It was those campus security twats. You did call them assholes. I was tardy like 10 seconds. The guys are gonna kill me. Exterior, garage, day. Ryan and Susie walk up a driveway to an open garage door. A large green screen mounted to the wall inside. Two teenagers sit at a banquet table with podcast microphones before them. Across from them on a workbench is a tripod and camera. Done already? Coulda waited. We always wait for you, man. We had a scheduled live stream. We need dependable Macaulay. I was stuck in detention. Ever tell Macaulay he's out? Ryan looks to the house. Another teenager exits. You're replacing me? We promised our followers an aficionado. Back to the Future was a viral news story of the day. You hear some, but missing for most others too. I was stuck in detention. Come on, guys. Really? On my birthday? Armpits and assholes. What? Armpits and assholes are like excuses. Everybody has at least one, but you have a dozen, Macaulay. Exterior, residential sidewalk, night. Ryan walks, toes Susie. She holds his backpack atop his skateboard, waves, mocks pageants as she floats by. Can't believe those guys. I created that YouTube channel. Twinkle, twinkle, a familiar notification sound. You better check that. It's probably your mom. Ryan stops, turns. Susie glides straight into a kiss. Now that's the power of love. The two embrace. He grabs her hand. Exterior, Susie's house, night, and heads down the walkway to her home. They stop on the front porch. Ryan leans in for another kiss. The door swings open. It's her father, arms crossed. Your mother called. You forgot about your little brother again. Oh, crap. I'm dead. I told you to check those texts. Ryan kisses Susie on the cheek, takes off down the street on the skateboard. Susie looks at her father. You ready? Exterior, Casimir Middle School, night. Jason sits on the curb. His bicycle leans against the marquee. Ryan skates up to his little brother out of the darkness, looks to his tires. They're flat. What happened? I don't want to talk about it. That jerk Tommy do this? Next time you'll what? Pick on me with him? I'm sorry. I should have. A car sneaks up behind Ryan. It's their mother. Hurry up and get in. I have to get back to work. Jason climbs in. Ryan hooks his brother's bicycle to the rack in the back of her car, then reaches for the door handle. Lock. His mother locked the doors. She rolls down her window. Didn't we have a nice talk this morning? Thought we had an understanding. Mom, it's not my fault. I ran into some trouble. Really, Ryan? I don't know what's going on with you lately. You're never on time for your classes. You're never on time for dinner anymore. If you keep this up, you'll be out of time one day and be all alone. But Mom, no buts. Think about it on your way home. Time is the most precious gift you'll ever give someone. After all, it is the one thing you'll never get back. Surprised you haven't learned that by now. She drives off. Ryan's shoulders drop. He proceeds home. Enter Macaulay living room. Night. The house is dark. Ambient streetlights flicker through the door as Ryan enters with the skateboard. Tired. His bulldog McFarty approaches. Ryan greets the canine, who lives up to his name and breaks wind. Atta boy! Surprise! A light is flipped on. Noelle, Jason, and Susie pop up from behind the couch. Susie runs over to Ryan, hugs and kisses. What are you doing here? I just dropped you off. Sneaky little us. Your mom's been planning this a while. You're darn right I have. Lucky I didn't call the whole thing off after all your baloney earlier. Your father would have. Noelle looks to a nearby picture, a happy, complete family a decade younger, on the 4th of July. Tim Macaulay, 27, stands beside his wife and two young children. 5-year-old Ryan holds baby Jason in the family photo. He would have said, you need an attitude adjustment, young man. No party, no presents or cake, and definitely no movie. Really? Yeah, Pops was pretty strict, till he got sick. Then he was a pushover. Noelle looks away from the memory, wipes her eyes. Cake and ice cream? Enter, Macaulay kitchen, night. It's dark, lights off. Noelle enters with a cake, lit candles. Ryan, Jason, and Susie sit at the table. McFarty lays underneath. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ryan. Happy birthday to you. Sets cake down. Go ahead, make a wish. Ryan looks around the table, then to the family photo just off the kitchen and the living room. He smiles, inhales, blows out his candles. So what did you wish for? Ryan looks back to the family photo. Noelle sees this. If he told you it wouldn't come true. Now keep quiet, sweetie. Ryan leans over, whispers to Jason. Tell you later during the movie. Jason high-fives him, darts out of the room. Where is he off to? You'll see. He runs back in with the present, hands it to Ryan. Well, kiddo, hope you like it. Cost me an arm and a leg. Ryan tears it open with the help of his little brother. Oh my gosh, a PS4. I got a PS4. He jumps up, gives his mom a hug and kiss. Jason does too. I can't believe we got a PS4. I got a PS4 for my birthday. Jason frowns. Noelle glares at Ryan. That you can play anytime you want, as long as I'm around. I'll take that deal. So what do you want to play first? We don't have any new games. We can watch the movie on it tonight, though. Not necessarily. Didn't have time to wrap it because someone forgot to do something I asked of them. Noelle opens a drawer, removes a surprise, hands it over. No way! I was going to talk about both these on our podcast today. Thought you already had that game. Ryan holds Back to the Future, the video game, along with issue 1 of the IDW Back to the Future comic book series. I do, but this is the special edition, and this comic book is a limited run. Can't wait to read it. Susie hands Ryan another present from the table. I knew this would be perfect the moment I saw it. Pre-ordered it, had it shipped here. Ryan cocks his head, unwraps the present. It's revealed to be a flux capacitor. Back to the Future box set to be exact. Jason, check this out. Ryan presses a button in the bottom right corner. The flux capacitor lights up. The McCulley brothers love it. A PS4, the Blu-ray box set, the video game and comic book. Best birthday ever. Ryan leans over and kisses Susie. She smiles. Your father would have loved this. He always wondered what he'd be doing on this date when he saw the sequel as a kid. And then you were born on October 21st, 1999. He went crazy. Said it was density. Oh, I miss him. We all do, Mom. He's here, though. I know, sweetie. Open it up. I want to see what kind of extra features it has. Ryan unwraps, opens the box set. A leaflet ticket falls out. What is that? Jason picks it up. Reads. This ticket is good for one magical adventure. Ryan snatches it from his brother, looks it over. Nothing on the back, just the front. That's all it says? Looks like an old school movie ticket. Weird. He sets it aside. What else is in there? Ryan sifts through the box set. All 3 movies, a booklet, the animated series? Wait, there's a cartoon? You never told me about that. Out of sight, out of mind. I kind of remember watching them with Dad. You guys better start the movie soon if you want to finish it tonight. You all have school tomorrow morning. Yeah, I gotta get going too. What? You're not staying? Jason tugs on her arm. Wish I could, but I have dance rehearsal. My dad's out front. He texted a little while ago. She kisses Jason on the cheek. He looks to Ryan. Jealous much? You two are brothers. It was nice of you to come. Wish you could have stayed longer. Exterior, Macaulay's house, porch, night. Ryan and Susie's embrace comes to an end. Text me later? Not sure. Rehearsal runs late, and Dad's rule. Unplug after 10. He actually takes it. Onk, onk. Susie's father is parked at the curb, annoyed. Yeah, he doesn't look so happy. Guess I'll just talk to you at school tomorrow. Aw, he's a softie. Have fun with Jason tonight. Try not to fight. She kisses him on the cheek, walks away. Ryan checks out her derriere. Her father sees this, scowls. Ryan awkwardly waves. Exterior, Macaulay backyard, night. Ryan connects his PS4 to a projector. It sits on the wooden spool table in the middle of the yard, which chairs now surround. McFarty lays on the grass. Jason is on a ladder. He tacks the last corner of a white bedsheet to their garage wall just left of the side entrance. Ready to go back to the future? Been waiting my whole life, bro. Ryan inserts the Blu-ray discs, sets the flux capacitor box set on the table by 2 bowls of popcorn. Jason folds the ladder, sets it aside. They take their seats and grab their snacks. Ryan grabs one of 2 wireless PS4 controllers on the table, presses play. On the bedsheet movie screen, a globe spins. Universal, an MCA company. Twinkle, Steven Spielberg presents. Twinkle, a Robert Zemeckis film. Twinkle, Saturday, October 26, 1985. Marty opens his garage, blown away by his truck. Walks over. How about a ride, mister? He looks over to see his girlfriend. Approaches. Jennifer. Oh man, are you a sight for sore eyes? Let me look at you. Marty, you're acting like you haven't seen me in a week. I haven't. Are you okay? Is everything all right? Marty looks back, his parents in the doorway. Oh yeah, everything's great. They kiss. In the backyard and on the bedsheet movie screen, 3 sonic booms and flashes of light. McFarty is startled. Ryan and Jason jump from their chairs. Doc arrives in the DMC. He jumps out, runs to Marty. Jason and Ryan close in on each other. The bedsheet movie screen flickers as the reenactment semi-blocks the projector. Marty, you've got to come back with me. Marty waves his hand in front of Doc. Jason does it to Ryan. Where? Back to the future. Doc opens a trash can. Jason does too. Wait a minute. What are you doing, Doc? I need fuel. Doc holds up a Miller High Life. Jason holds up a Pepsi. Doc opens Mr. Fusion. Fills it. Jason pretends the wooden spool table is the back of the time machine. Does the same. Go ahead, quick, get in the car. No, look, Doc, I just got here. Jennifer's here. We're going to take the new truck for a spin. Well, bring her along. This concerns her too. Doc walks around the DeLorean. Jason walks around the table. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? What happens to us in the future? What, do we become assholes or something? Oh no, you and Jennifer both turn out fine. It's your kids, Marty. Something's got to be done about your kids. The DeLorean backs out of the driveway. Jason and Ryan rush to their lawn chairs, sit side by side. Jason pretends to flip switches like Doc. Ryan cuddles McFarty as if he were Jennifer. Noelle spies through the kitchen window. Hey Doc, you better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Jason mimics Doc as he pulls down his steel glasses. Biff exits Marty's house. Noelle steps onto the back porch with the Pizza Hut delivery. Say, Marty, I wanted to show you these new matchbooks from my auto detailing I had printed up. Biff sees the DMC lift off. Noelle pretends to, too. A flying DeLorean. The DeLorean takes off. 3 sonic booms and flashes of light as it disappears into the sky. 2 trails of fire in its wake. What the hell is going on here? Alan Silvestri's score erupts as Back to the Future Part 2 slides across the bedsheet movie screen. Ryan and Jason jump up, approach their mother as the credits roll. McFarty, too. Perfect timing. You really nailed it. Lord knows I've seen it enough. Pizza finally came. Haven't heard a peep from you two. Everything okay? Heck yeah, this is awesome. Jason gives her a big hug. Ryan joins in. I love you boys too. You want any other snacks before I clean up? Nah, pizza's good for now. Ryan takes the pizza, opens it, split toppings. Pepperoni side is all mine. Green peppers is all you, bro. Still can't believe you guys ordered this. Hurry, it's starting. Jason tugs on Ryan's shirt, runs off. The latter follows. Noelle walks back inside. The two sit down just as a massive Back to the Future Part 2 montage begins on the bedsheet movie screen and in the backyard. The DeLorean arrives in 2015 Skyway opposite traffic, changes lanes, takes an exit. Welcome to Hill Valley. The McCulley brothers eat pizza and popcorn as they smile, watch, and lip-sync their way through the movie. Doc unveils his rejuvenation clinic disguise. Marty's curious about the future. Doc spies on Marty Jr. Marty changes clothes. They hide Jennifer. Doc explains their mission. Look what happens to your son! Youth jailed. Tomorrow's newspaper. Doc leaves. Marty wanders into the future courtyard square. Flying cars, Texaco, Jaws 19 hologram, Goldie Wilson hover conversion system, the blast from the past store window, Cafe 80s, TV waiters, Pepsi Perfect. Old Biff confronts Marty. Griff arrives, yells at his Gramps. Wild gunman, crack shot. Marty dodges his future son. Griff and his gang confront Marty Jr., a complete wimp with no scrote. Griff tosses him. Marty takes over, confronts the gang, walks away from the deal. What did you call me, Griff? Chicken, McFly. Nobody calls me chicken. Marty dodges Griff's bat, throws a punch, it's caught. Marty kicks him in the crotch, takes off, rushes out into Courtyard Square, borrows a hoverboard, jumps on. Data, Whitney, and Spike give chase on theirs. Ryan throws popcorn at Jason. A brotherly food fight ensues between the streaming lights of their projector. Griff exits Cafe 80s, takes another swing on Marty, misses. He's launched into the pond, stuck. Griff grabs a case from his trunk, walks over with his gang, drops his pit bull, his goons hook on. Batter up! Marty jumps into the water. Griff misses yet again. The entire posse crashes through the courthouse mall windows. The aftermath. Drying mode. Marty returns the hoverboard. Keep it. I got a pit bull now. Ryan and Jason look to their back door. Mom's checking up. They both throw popcorn her way. Noelle laughs behind the screen door, watching happily as they enjoy the movie. Save the clock tower. The Cubs win the World Series. Marty buys and admires the sports almanac. Doc returns in the DeLorean, behind him. Marty, I can't lose. The DMC parks. Old Biff sees a flying DeLorean. Then 2 Martys. The USA Today headline changes. Youth jailed to gang jailed. Marty grabs the hoverboard, then drops the almanac. Doc explains the consequences. The police find Jennifer. Marty and Doc spy. The time paradox. Cops leave. The Skyway is jammed. Doc trashes the almanac. Old Biff exits the blast from the past side door. So, Doc Brown invented a time machine. Hilldale. a breeding ground for tranks, lobos, and zip heads. The police take Jennifer inside. Lights on? The scenery channel? The future? The chapel of love? Jennifer panics. Ding dong, then hides. Marlene McFly answers the door. It's Grandma Lorraine and Grandpa George. A taxi in Doc's rear display? The old worn out scene screen? Automobile accident? The DeLorean parks. Marty and Doc exit. Separate. Old Biff exits a taxi. Jennifer spies on her future family. Hi, Mom. Nice pants. Caught by her future son. She hides in a closet as he watches TV. Old Marty arrives home. Marty changes clothes by the DMC. Wanders off. Follows a drone dog walker. Old Biff steals the time machine. The future McFlys have dinner. Hydrated Pizza Hut. Ryan reaches for the pizza but knocks the box off the table. McFarty runs over and snags a slice. Breaks wind doing so. The McCulley brothers laugh up a storm. Old Marty takes a call on his big screen. He's bullied by Needles. Fujitsu-san! Jennifer spies. Fired. Fax machine notices. Jennifer grabs one. Doc appears in the closet window. She exits. Marty can't play the guitar? Jennifer dodges future Lorraine and Marty. Meets her older self. Faints. Doc catches her. Old Biff returns the DMC. Doc solicits Marty's help. Old Biff stumbles out of the DeLorean. Jennifer's carried over to the DMC. Old Biff collapses. Doc feels Mr. Fusion. My only regret is that I'll never get a chance to visit my favorite historical era, the Old West. But time traveling is just too dangerous. Better that I devote myself to studying the other great mystery of the universe. Women. Doc, Marty, and Jennifer go back in time, nearly hit by an airliner. Jennifer swoops down from the sky, pulls into a driveway. Jennifer's left on her front porch. The McCulley brothers are engrossed in the movie, all smiles. McFarty waddles into the middle of the yard, unseen below the projector lights. He pops a squat and drops a massive turd. Lion Estates graffitied pillars. Dogs follow the DMC. Dog pulls into Marty's driveway, drops him off, leaves. Marty jumps his gate and sneaks through the bedroom window. A girl? Ryan and Jason finally catch wind, then notice the turd and McFarty dragging his butt across the lawn. More laughter. Marty avoids a pissed off father with a bat, takes off out the front door, wanders the neighborhood. Police tape around body chalk outlines. Sirens wail. Cop cars pass by. Marty comes to a running stop, discovers a front porch newspaper. Strickland appears with the shotgun. Marty begs for his life. Drive-by shooting. They dive for cover. Strickland runs out blazing. Marty runs off, terrified. Eat lead, slackers! Courthouse Square. Marty bumps into Red. Biff's Pleasure Paradise Hotel Casino above the clock tower. Marty wanders through the biker madness, dumbfounded. Biff's museum video. Match, 3D, and Skinhead knock out Marty. Lorraine wakes him, safe and sound on the 27th floor. Room service? Biff bursts in with his gang. Did you get kicked out of another boarding school? Damn it, Lorraine, do you know how much perfectly good dough I blow on this no-good kid of yours, huh? On all three of them? Biff and Lorraine argue. He shoves her to the ground. Marty lunges at Biff but is restrained by his goons. Always a little hothead, huh? You want to take a poke at me? Biff slugs Marty. He collapses. The argument resumes. Threats and more threats between the couple. Lorraine agrees to stay. Biff storms off. Marty is confused. Mom, I just want to know one thing. Where's my father? Where's George McFly? Oak Park Cemetery. In loving memory on the tombstone. Marty wails. Doc arrives with answers. Explains this temporal event sequence on the chalkboard. In order to put the universe back as we remember it and get back to our reality, we have to find out the exact date and specific circumstances of how, where, and when young Biff got his hands on the sports almanac. I'll ask him. Biff watches a fistful of dollars in his jacuzzi. Marty interrupts, tosses the remote into the water. Gray's Sports Almanac. Biff bursts through his office door, approaches a self-portrait, swings it open, dials the safe, opens it, grabs another, sets it on the table, unlocks it, reveals the Sports Almanac. Marty reaches for the book, but Biff pulls it away. Marty pockets a matchbook from the table. Biff double secures the book, closes his painting. Oh, and he told me one more thing. He said someday a crazy, wild-eyed scientist or kid may show up asking about that book. And if that ever happens... Biff pulls out a revolver. Click. Jason pulls out his finger pistol, points it at the screen. Funny, I never thought it would be you. Yeah, well, you're forgetting one thing. What the hell is that? Biff falls for it and turns. Marty throws a matchbook holder at him. He dodges it. Marty takes off. Biff shoots. Bang! You're dead, you little son of a bitch! Bang! Marty runs, jumps, dodges bullets. Takes off up the penthouse stairs. Bang! 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 In the hallway, the elevator opens. Biff's gang steps out, chases Marty into the stairwell. Marty runs down a level, jumps over and hides. The goons run down. Marty hops back over, runs up and out the rooftop door. Biff enters the stairwell. The rooftop door slowly closes. Ryan grabs the PS4 controller, presses pause. The montage ends. Bathroom break. Good call. Enter. Macaulay kitchen. Night. Noelle sits at the table, reads a magazine. Ryan, Jason, and McFarty walk in from the backyard. She looks up. How's it going out there? Shark still looks fake. Jason runs off down the hall. McFarty follows. Ryan sits across from his mother. Sorry about my shenanigans earlier, Mom. I'm trying to be a better. Stop right there, Ryan. You're a good brother. It's just sometimes your temper gets the better of you. Remind you of anyone? Noelle pulls an envelope from the back of her magazine. Forgot. This came for you today. Western Union. She hands it over. Ryan looks to it, confused. I'm as stumped as you are. Don't open until 1975 written across. This looks like, but the date's a decade earlier. I know. Open it, save it, do whatever you want with it. Promise I had nothing to do with it. Your father, on the other hand, he was a prankster. Weird night. Must be a full moon. Nope. Waxing Gibbia's phase tonight. Jason enters with McFarty, the zipper undone. Ryan notices. Macaulay, your fly's undone. Jason looks down, zips up as Ryan catches his chin. What is that? Show you later. Ryan backpockets the envelope, disappears down the hall. Jason walks over to his mother, slides the ticket across the table. She looks it over. So what's the deal, Mom? It's not working. Sweetie, I don't think it's going to. The real magic is your own imagination, like earlier. Aw, hogwash. Ryan emerges on his phone. Noelle gives Jason back that ticket. Just Googled that box set. Can't find a thing about that ticket. Oh well. Ready to go back in time? You betcha. Ryan and Jason head towards the back door. Hold on. Let me see that again. Jason walks over, hands the ticket to his mother. Well, here's your problem. Noelle rips the ticket in half. Gold dust sparkles fall from the terry as we hear an undertone twinkle. What are you doing? Isn't that what they do at the movies? Maybe it'll work now. Jason beams, grabs both pieces, runs to Ryan, high-fives his half of the ticket into his hand, then out the back door. Now he's really going to be upset when it doesn't work, Mom. Just go along with it like you did earlier, sweetie. And grab a sweater for you two. Heard time travel can get chilly. Exterior, Macaulay backyard, night. Ryan exits, wears a hoodie, holds another, jumps off the back porch, shoves his ticket into his pouch pocket, walks to his chair, McFarty right behind him, tosses sweater. Mom said put this on. Jason is seated, looking at his half of the ticket when the hoodie lands in his lap. You really think it'll work? A magic ticket? I only believe in movie magic. Now let's watch some. Ain't that the truth? Kisses ticket. God bless the Bobs. Now keep it safe. Jason crams his ticket into his pocket. Ryan grabs the PS4 controller, presses play, shoves it into his pouch pocket alongside his ticket half. Instantly, electrical current surged between the two. On the bedsheet movie screen and in the backyard, Marty runs to the ledge of Biff's Pleasure Paradise. He looks over, nothing. Behind him, go ahead, kid. Jump. A suicide will be nice and neat. What if I don't? Biff holds up his revolver. Jason draws his finger pistol. Lead poisoning. What about the police, Biff? They're going to match up the bullet with that gun. Kid, I own the police. Besides, they couldn't match up the bullet that killed your old man. You son of a... Click. Biff is ready with his revolver. I suppose it's poetic justice. Two McFlys with the same gun. Marty climbs the ledge, steps off the roof. Biff is shocked. Idiot. He walks towards the ledge, looks back over his shoulder. Marty rises up on the hood of the DeLorean, unseen until, what the hell? Doc opens his gold-winged door, knocks out Biff. He flails back, lands hard, out cold. Nice shot, Doc. You're not going to believe this. We got to go back to 1955. I don't believe it. Marty shuts his door as the DeLorean takes off. It swoops around to the front of Biff's Pleasure Paradise. Inside the DeLorean, the time circuits flicker. That's right, Doc. November 12th, 1955. Unbelievable that old Biff could have chosen that particular date. It could mean that that point in time inherently contains some sort of cosmic significance, almost as if it were the temporal junction point for the entire space-time continuum. On the other hand, it could be just an amazing coincidence. The time circuits beep and flicker. Doc hits them. Damn, gotta fix that thing. Alright, time circuit's on. The bedsheet movie screen suddenly goes blank. In the backyard, Ryan pulls the PS4 controller from his pocket. His half of the ticket falls out, unseen. Ryan shakes the controller. Nothing. The PlayStation skips. The projector flickers. What the heck did you do? Jason points to the second game controller on the table. Nothing. I haven't touched it. What did you do? You've been in control all night, not me. You must have touched something before I came back out. Ryan gets up, checks the cable connections. Do you not see the other controller sitting on the table? Shut up. Don't tell me to shut up. Jason jumps from his chair. You're always messing things up. Am not. Let me see. You know I can fix anything. Jason moves in to help. No, get out of here. Ryan shoves him back, a little too hard. He lands on his butt. Lorraine Bain style and sound effects. Bully, I ain't no George McFly. Jason gets up, charges and tackles his brother. They bump the table. The second PS4 controller falls to the ground. They tumble to the grass, begin to wrestle. Typical brothers. Why do you have to be a prick? I swear I didn't touch it. Let me fix it so we can finish the movie. Ryan gets the upper hand, straddles his brother, pins his arms above his head. Drools spit, sucks it back up, repeats. McFarty joins the dog pile. That's gross. Stop it. You better stop or I'm going to tell Mom. Of course you will. Snitch. Beep, beep. Ryan's calculator watch beeps. He releases Jason, looks to his wrist. It flickers and blinks. 10:04 p.m. What the? He shakes his wrist. Beep, beep. Tries buttons. Nothing. What did you do? Nothing. It's going crazy. Stuck at 10:04 p.m. Jason's eyes widen as he looks past his brother. Ryan! Ryan! What? Look! He points to the side door of the garage beside the bedsheet movie screen. The door frame glows. What is that? I don't know. You leave one of your robotics projects on again? No. I was working on my bike this morning because I knew you were going to ditch me again. Ryan stands, helps up his brother. Sorry about that. Then stop ghosting me. They hug it out, then cautiously approach the door. McFarty runs into his doghouse, peeks out. What could it be? I have no clue. Careful. Ryan turns the doorknob. Twinkle. Gold dust sparkles fall from the frame as it opens. Twinkle. His watch goes silent. Twinkle. The McCulley brothers are flabbergasted. Great Scott. Is this really happening? Oh yeah. Things just got really heavy, bro. Ryan and Jason stand next to each other in the doorway. They look out into an abyss with their backs to us. From inside the abyss, the McCulleys walk onto a front porch, circa 1950s and strange. It's a pastel-painted portrait. The Lyons Estates billboard. A father points to the house beside his wife and young children. Written across the advertisement, live in the home of tomorrow, today, Lyon Estates, groundbreaking this winter. Ryan and Jason walk across those very same words on the billboard. They climb down to the word Lyon, then down to Estates. From there it's down to the ground. Think you can jump from here? After you. Ryan jumps off the billboard. Exterior, Lyon Estates development site, night, and lands in shrubbery. Holds out his hand for Jason. Let's go. They take off into the street. Look back at the billboard they just jumped off of. This has got to be a dream. I can't believe we're in the movie. Knew that ticket would work. Jason dashes over to the Lyon Estate pillars. Ryan follows. They stand between the columns on a dirt road which leads to nowhere. This is crazy. I don't even want to think about the repercussions of us being here. Hey, what's that? Jason points to Ryan's pouch pocket. It flashes. The remote! Ryan removes it. The play button repeatedly flashes. Should I? Yes? No? Maybe? Wait, let's talk about this. Ryan presses play. First, 3 sonic booms and flashes of light. Ryan and Jason look to the sky directly above. The DeLorean bursts through space and time, breaks above the billboard, begins to lower, but Ryan presses pause. It freezes midair. They run over behind the billboard and look up. The DeLorean undercarriage light's frozen. Are Marty and Doc really in there? Ready to find out? Wait, what if they see us? Come on, we know this verse inside and out. Jason agrees. Ryan presses play. They run around to the front of the billboard and hide. Behind the billboard, the DeLorean lowers, parks. Marty and Doc jump out. Aw, this is heavy, Doc. I mean, it's like I was just here yesterday. You were here yesterday, Marty, you were. Doc and Marty make their way to the front corner of the billboard. Ryan and Jason dive behind it on the opposite end. Amazing, isn't it? All right, sunrise should be in about 22 minutes. Doc runs back to the DeLorean. Marty follows. Behind the DeLorean, Ryan and Jason sit just below the barcode license plate. You go into town, track down young Biff and tell him. Sometime today, old Biff will show up to give young Biff the almanac. Above all, you must not interfere with that event. Behind the billboard, Marty and Doc continue. Ryan and Jason peek over Mr. Fusion in the cooling vents. We must let old Biff believe he succeeded so that he'll leave 1955 and bring the DeLorean back to the future. Right. Once old Biff is gone, grab the almanac any way that you can. Remember, both our futures depend on this. Behind the DeLorean, the McCulleys squat back down and listen. You don't have to remind me of that, Doc. Here's some binoculars and a walkie-talkie so we can keep in contact. I'll stay here and try to repair the short in the time circuits. That way, we don't risk anyone else stealing the time machine. Jason's eyes swell with adventure, and I won't risk accidentally running into my other self. The front of the billboard, Doc runs into the street. Marty follows. Your other self. Yes, there are now two of me here, and there are two of you here. Behind the DeLorean, the McCulleys sit and listen. The other me is Dr. Emmett Brown from 1955. Doc's heading this way. Hide! Ryan and Jason dive behind the billboard as Doc runs up the street. He dashes between the billboard advertisement and a state pillar's gap. The younger me that helps the younger you get back to 1985. That was too close. Jason crests the DeLorean, a mischievous glare in his eye. Ryan looks to the remote, concerned. Remember the lightning bolt at the clock tower? Yeah, that event doesn't happen until tonight. Ryan presses pause. Silence. What did you do that for? Because this scene is almost over. What happens to us when Marty runs off to follow Biff and it cuts away? I didn't think about that. So what do? The front of the billboard. Marty and Doc face each other in the middle of the street, frozen. Ryan and Jason peek out from behind the billboard. They walk out and approach. This is unreal. Jason waves his hand between Marty and Doc. This has got to be what you wished for. Nope, not even close. This is crazier than anything I could have ever dreamed up. Ryan pulls out his phone, takes a selfie with Marty and Doc. Jason photobombs the picture. Dad would have freaked. Yeah, he would have. Think this will go through to Mom? I don't know. Maybe if the door on the billboard was still open to our backyard. Ryan attaches the picture to a text. With Marty and Doc. Send. Pockets phone. Hey, what did Doc say right before you paused it? Jason takes off. Ryan follows as he runs behind the billboard and climbs into the driver's seat of the DeLorean. Don't even think about it. We're not going to steal the time machine. We're not. We're just going to borrow it. The keys are in the ignition. Marty and Doc are frozen in the street until we unpause them anyways. What if we screw something up? Like you said, we know this trilogy like the back of our hands. I don't know. We almost slipped up when Doc ran by. What if he saw us? What if we create some sort of paradox? Besides, where are we going to go? You mean when? Doc just said it's tonight. It'll only be a couple hours into the future. But how are we going to watch the clock tower event while they're still paused here in the street? Because it's time travel. As long as we return the DeLorean to this precise moment in time, it'll be like it was never gone. The only way we'll create a major paradox is if we fail in returning it. I know you've dreamed of seeing it. That ticket was in your box set. No one else's. It wasn't even your birthday wish. Don't you want to see Doc help Marty go back to the future? Come on, Ryan. What would Dad do? He contemplates the proposal. All right, but that's it. Nowhere else. We gotta make sure that we're not seen and that we get the DeLorean back in time. Jason jumps out of the time machine. Then let's get busy. Any type of trash will work. The two scatter and search. Jason finds a metal bucket with debris inside. Ryan finds a half-full soda bottle. The two run over and film Mr. Fusion. Enter. DeLorean. Night. Ryan climbs into the driver's seat. Jason sits shotgun. They pull down their gull-wing doors. The DeLorean roars to life as Ryan turns the ignition. You sure you know what you're doing? You failed your permit test. Twice. Shut up. Alright, time circuit's on. Check. This readout tells you where you're going. This one tells you where you are. This one, I know. What should we set our destination time for? Jason punches the time circuits. 16 hours from now ought to do it. Shouldn't take us that long to fly over there. Let's just make sure we're gone before the storm rolls in. Agreed. Exterior, Lion Estates development site. Night. Behind the billboard, the DMC lifts off, folds its wheels 90 degrees, slowly lifts into the sky. Check it out. Make a loop around them before we leave. Marty and Doc are frozen in the street. The time machine flies a circle above. Enter. DeLorean. Night. Jason's glued to the view below. Marty and Doc get smaller and smaller as they fly away. Ryan pops the clutch. All right. Prepare yourself for temporal displacement, because as soon as this baby hits 88 miles an hour, the speedometer climbs into the 80s. You're going to see some serious shit. 86, 87, 88 miles per hour. 88 miles per hour! 3 sonic booms and flashes of light through the windshield. Which way? West, opposite the River Road Tunnel. Exterior, sky, night. The DeLorean flies through storm clouds. Thunder, no rain. Off in the distance, lights, a small town in the hills. Enter, DeLorean, night. Ryan and Jason eagerly look out the window. I see it! I think I see it! Exterior, sky, night. The DeLorean flies across the darkness towards the town. Enter, DeLorean, night. Ryan slows to a hover. Jason looks out the window. I can't see anything. Then opens his gull-wing door. Looks down. Well, what do you see, Jason? Everything! A bird's eye view of Hill Valley's 1955 Courtyard Square. Where should we park? Over there. I see the perfect spot above Lou's Cafe. Exterior, sky, night. Jason closes his door. The DeLorean flies over and across Hill Valley's Courtyard Square. It descends and parks on the roof of the apartment building above Lou's Cafe. Gullwing doors pop open. The Macaulays jump out, run to the front ledge, and look out over the 1955 courtyard square. This is unreal. Look, it's the dock. Where? Ryan points to Doc Brown off in the distance by the tarp DeLorean. He tinkers with the cable bracket connected to the lamppost. Ring, ring. Ryan looks at Jason. A bicycle bell? It's the other Doc. The two dash to the side ledge and look down. Doc Brown, trench coat and hat, rides a bicycle. Ryan and Jason run back to the front ledge and watch him pedal into Courtyard Square. Oh my gosh, we're about to see Doc's counterparts meet. Doc Brown continues down the street on his bicycle, unknowingly headed towards his other self. But we never saw Doc arrive here in the movie. First time we see him on his bicycle is outside Biff's grandma's. Next time we see him, he's already here, talking to Marty on their walkie-talkies. Well, that proves it then. Proves what? You were worried earlier about what would happen when these scenes cut away. Nothing's going to happen because we're not in a movie. We're in their universe. We arrived at a point in time that never existed within the trilogy for us. You're right. The movie should be cutting back and forth right now to Marty in the back of Biff's car. But what about deleted scenes and characters? Courtyard Square. Doc skids to a stop on his bicycle. Come in, Doc. He pulls out his walkie-talkie to respond. Marty, Marty, come in, Marty. No reply. Suddenly, Doc Brown realizes where he is. Oh my. Great Scott. He walks over to the DeLorean, looks under the tarp. Oh my God. Doc, come in. Marty, what happened to you? I went to Biff's house and you weren't there. You must have just missed me. I'm at the back of Biff's car. He's on his way to the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. Doc leans his bicycle against his old toolbox. Marty, listen, we may have to abort this entire plan. It's getting much too dangerous. Don't worry. The book is on Biff's dashboard. I'll grab it as soon as we get to the school. Marty, you must be extremely careful not to run into your other self. My other self? Yes. Suddenly, Doc's 1955 counterpart appears behind him. Remember, your mother is at that exact same dance with you. Yeah, right. This could get heavy, Doc. Heavy. 1955 Doc begins to tinker with the lamppost behind 1985 Doc. Marty, whatever happens, you must not let your other self see you. The consequences could be disastrous. On the roof at the front ledge, Jason looks to Ryan. We can't hear him, though. Like we don't know it. Jason smiles. Off in the distance between them, Doc Brown interacts with his counterpart as the Macaulays reenact. Excuse me, sir. Yes, you with the hat. Who? Me? Yes, be a pal and hand me a 5/8 inch wrench out of that toolbox. 5/8, don't you mean 3/4? Why, you're right. I presume you're conducting some sort of weather experiment. That's right. How did you know that? Oh, I happen to have had a little experience in this area. Yes, well, I'm hoping to see some lightning tonight, although the weatherman says there's not going to be any rain. Oh, there's going to be plenty of rain, all right. Wind, thunder, lightning. It's going to be one hell of a storm. Well, thanks. Nice talking to you. Maybe we'll bump into each other sometime again in the future. Or in the past. In the distance, Doc grabs his bicycle, rides off. His 1955 counterpart reflects. Nah, this couldn't get any better. But we still have to be careful, though. Of course we do. Most likely those deleted scenes and characters do exist within this universe. Because from our point of view, it was just a movie. Exactly. Which means Old Man Peabody is out hunting for the UFO that crashed his barn last week. That's an urban fan legend. I've never seen that deleted scene ever released on any extra features. Even if he's out there, we're going back in time after this. Still, he saw the UFO again when we pressed play earlier this morning. Stop being so paranoid. Let's have some fun. Ryan turns around, looks to the time machine. What else do you think is in there? They rush over to the DMC. Ryan searches the driver's side. Jason checks the passenger seat. Ryan folds his forward, discovers the Nike case, grabs it. Jason does the same on his side and discovers the hoverboard. Ryan looks to him across the inside of the DeLorean, smiles. Ready for a test flight? Jason runs around the vehicle with the hoverboard. Ryan sets down the Nike case, rifles through it, discovers Doc's steel glasses, places them on his head. Cool. What else is in there? Ryan removes Marty's future jacket and the Nike Power laces. You can't hover for the first time without the right gear. On the roof, moments later, Jason puts on the Nikes. They power up and lace themselves. Ryan holds up the future jacket. Jason slips it on. It's way too big. Rapid beats. Ryan presses the zipper button. Size adjusting. Fit. The jacket adjusts itself. Now you're ready. Jason grabs the hoverboard, pulls his pockets inside out. All kids in the future wear their pants inside out. He tosses the hoverboard, jumps on, wobbles around the roof, almost loses his balance, recovers, cruises. Way to go, Jason! He glides over to his brother, jumps off, taps the board with his foot, catches it midair, gives it to Ryan. Now let's see what you can do. Ryan takes off, lays the hoverboard down, smoothly steps on. He hovers straight for the side ledge. Skate or die. He kick pushes the air to gain speed, ollies into a midair 180 and tail stalls on the side ledge, drops back down and hovers over to Jason. They high-five it, pound fists. Ever see Marty do that? Nope. What else is in there? They rush back over to the DeLorean. Pop the hood. Jason reaches into the driver's side, pulls a lever. Ryan opens the hood, removes Doc's suitcase. What are you gonna do? Wear Doc's cotton underwear? Hilarious. He packed that for a solo trip in part 1. No way Doc didn't take extra precautionary measures to get the almanac back from Biff to correct the timeline. Ryan shuts the hood, sets the suitcase on top. Whoa, you were right. Look at this thing. The suitcase has been upgraded. Stainless steel. Ryan opens it. Doc's Playboy is revealed. Jason grabs it. On your own time, perv, and drops the center field open. It's confirmation. Ryan rips it from his hands. Of what? Deleted scenes existing. Good call. Check it out. The sleep-inducing alpha rhythm generator. Ryan grabs the SARG, activates the device. It lights up, unfolds open. Beep, beep. The screen reads, low battery. Ryan holds it up to Jason's eyes. What are you doing? He knocks away the device. It powers down, shuts off. Oh, what were you going to do if I knocked out? Relax. The battery had like 1%. Doc must have forgot to charge it after using it on Jennifer and Marty Jr. in the future. There was barely enough to power it up, let alone put you to sleep. Still, not cool, bro. My bad. Check it out. Jason closes the suitcase. Written on the front, Mr. Fusion Solar Power Capacitor. It's a solar powered charger case. Ryan opens the suitcase again, looks around, flips a switch, sets the SARG inside. It begins to charge wirelessly. The two rifle through the case. Jason grabs the top of old Biff's cane. Ryan finds the almanac receipt and holds it up, looks through the blue, transparent plastic. Jason sifts through the case. Check it out. There's some sort of secret compartment here. We gotta get that open. Jason looks around the suitcase, discovers a button, presses it. The compartment opens. Holy shit! No wonder it was hidden. Doc must have upgraded it in the future with the hover conversion. Ryan removes the remote control to the time machine. But it looks the same as it did at Twin Pines Mall. That button wasn't there before. Jason points to a Bluetooth button on the remote control, reaches over and presses it. The DeLorean roars to life. Ryan removes the DMC keys from his pocket. Genius, Doc! Keyless starter! Let me see that thing. Careful. Really? President of the Robotics Club here. Think I know how to use a joystick. Ryan hands Jason the remote control, which accidentally gets bumped in transition. The DeLorean reverses. Bang! Right into an air vent. Ryan rips it from Jason's hands. Give me that. It was an accident. We gotta be quiet. Suddenly, a car screeches to a halt. It's showtime. The McCulleys run to the front ledge and look out over Courtyard Square. Marty and Doc rip the tarp off the DeLorean. You're late. Do you have no concept of time? Hey, come on. I had to change. You think I'm going back in that zoot suit? Doc, the old man really came through. It worked. What? He laid out Biff with one punch. I didn't know he had it in him. He's never stood up to Biff in his life. Doc turns, looks at the photo with uncertainty. Never? No, why? What's the matter? Doc disregards his thought, returns the photo. All right, let's set your destination time. Doc runs around the DeLorean. Marty follows as he opens the door and climbs inside. This is the exact time you left. October 26, 1985, 1:35 a.m. on the time circuits. Let's send you back at exactly the same time. It'll be like you never left. Doc jumps out of the DeLorean, runs up the street. In the background, Ryan and Jason duck below the front ledge on the roof as Doc points up the street towards them. Now, I painted a white line on the street way over there. That's where you start from. Doc walks back towards Marty. On the roof in the background, Ryan and Jason peek over the front ledge. I've calculated the precise distance, taking into account the acceleration speed and wind resistance retroactive from the moment the lightning strikes, which will be in exactly 7 minutes and 22 seconds. When this alarm goes off, you hit the gas. Right. Doc winds the clock, places it on the DeLorean's dashboard, jumps out of the vehicle. Well, I guess that's everything. Thanks. Thank you. Marty hugs Doc. See you in about 30 years. I hope so. Their embrace ends. Don't worry. As long as you hit that wire with the connecting hook at precisely 88 miles per hour, the instant the lightning strikes the tower, everything will be fine. All right. Marty jumps inside the time machine. Doc approaches, removes an envelope from his pocket. Shocked. What's the meaning of this? You'll find out in 30 years. Doc freaks, walks off. On the roof, Ryan removes the letter from his back pocket, ponders the contents. Jason looks to him. So you plan on telling me about that or not? I don't know. Mom said it was delivered today. Well, open it up. It says 1975, not 1955. So, Doc eventually opened Marty's letter early and it all worked out. Courtyard Square. Marty and Doc argue. It's about the future, isn't it? It's information about the future. Marty jumps out of the DeLorean. Wait a minute. I warned you about this, kid. The consequences could be disastrous. Doc, that's a risk you're going to have to take. Your life depends on it. No! I refuse to accept the responsibility. In that case, I'll tell you straight out. Thunder. Crackling. A tree limb falls on the cable between Marty and Doc in the distance. The paddle plug disconnects from the lightning rod on the clock tower. Great Scott! Doc looks to the cable on the ground, then up to the clock tower. He runs over to the DeLorean, grabs supplies. You get the cable. I'll throw the rope down to you. Right, I got it. Doc runs into the clock tower. Marty grabs the cable. Doc runs up the stairs. Marty waits by the steps. Doc reaches the mechanisms, opens the shutters, steps onto the clock tower ledge. He's startled by the lion statue. Woo-hoo-hoo! Doc looks down to Marty, Doc, and throws the rope. Marty grabs it, ties it to the cable. Come on, let's go. All right, take it up. Doc reels up the cable. Go, and grabs it. Doc, huh? I have to tell you about the future. What? I have to tell you about the future. What? On the night I go back in time, you get dong. Oh! Doc nearly falls off the clock tower ledge as the bell tolls. He grabs the lion statue, dangles from near death. Doc regains his footing. Dong! Holds his ears as he looks back at the bell. Dong! Oh, go! No, Doc. Look at the time. You've got less than 4 minutes. Please hurry. Here he goes. Like a badass, Marty takes off towards the time machine, jumps and slides across the hood, climbs in, closes his door, takes off. On the roof, Ryan looks at Jason. He mimics Doc. Yeah, mwah! The two rush over to the side ledge and look down. The DeLorean races up the street below. Go, Marty! Doc! Ryan and Jason run back to the front ledge. Clock tower ledge. The clock strikes 10:01 p.m. Doc creeps around the lion statue, eyes the socket mate cable, which dangles from above, loses his footing, looks down, slips on the ledge again. At the starting line, the DeLorean power slides into position in front of the Bluebird Motel billboard. Marty jumps out, grabs the Charlie pole connecting hook, places it on the back of the DMC, jumps back inside the DeLorean and slams the door. Damn it, Doc, why'd you have to tear up that letter? If I only had more time. Wait a minute. I got all the time I want. I got a time machine. I can just go back early and warn him. Okay, 10 minutes ought to do it. The destination time changes, 1:35 to 1:24 on the time circuits. Okay, time circuit's on. Flux capacitor fluxing. Engine running. All right. Engine dies. No, 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 no. Turns key. Ignition grinds. Come on, not this time. Come on. On the roof, Ryan and Jason watch Doc struggle on the clock tower ledge as he grabs hold of the clock's shorthand. He creeps across the ledge, reaches for the socket mate cable as it dangles. Suddenly, the ledge gives way. Doc drops the cable, grabs the clock hands with both of his. The cable catches on his pants. The starting line, the DeLorean lights flicker. On the roof, Ryan and Jason peek through their fingers and watch. Clock tower ledge. Doc hangs on for dear life. He reaches for the cable above but is unsuccessful. The other cable tears his pants. He reaches for the cable above again. Fails. You can do it, Doc! This is the cringy part. Why? You know he's going to succeed. One more time. The cable above sways. Doc waits, reaches, and finally grabs it. Success! He hangs from one cable as the other tears his pants again. Doc lets go, holds on for dear life with one hand and reaches for the other cable. It's about to tear free from his pants. He brings his foot up, grabs it. Success! Inside the DeLorean, Marty struggles to start the vehicle. Come on! Dash alarm. Here we go. This time, come on! Pumps gas. Please, come on! Marty screams in frustration, smashes his forehead on the steering wheel. The DeLorean roars to life. Headlights come on. The DeLorean takes off. Clock tower ledge. Doc finds his footing, tries to reconnect the cable but hits a snag. It runs into the fallen tree limb. He jerks on the cable. On the roof, Jason runs over to the side ledge. Ryan watches Doc at the front ledge. Headlights! Marty's accelerating! Clock tower ledge. Doc tugs, jerks on the cable. It disconnects and breaks free but catches under the downed tree limb. Doc screams, looks at the cable in his hand, then up the street. The clock strikes 10:03 p.m. Doc looks to the sky. Lightning crackles above. Then down the street. Headlights. He reconnects the two cables. Inside the DeLorean, Marty punches the gas. Clock tower ledge. Doc hooks a cable around the clock's big hand. Inside the DeLorean, Marty wipes sweat from his brow. Clock tower ledge. Doc prepares his descent down the cable. Inside the DeLorean, Marty looks to the dash, concerned. Clock tower ledge. Doc slides down the cable. Woohoo! And falls to the ground in Courtyard Square. On the roof, Ryan watches Doc land hard from the front ledge, then runs over to the side ledge to join Jason. Marty's about to go, "Back to the future!" High fives. The DeLorean accelerates. A block out. Courtyard Square. Doc pulls on the snag cable line, disengages it from the fallen tree limb. On the roof, Ryan and Jason watch the DeLorean race by below. They quickly dash over to the front ledge. The coils light up as the time machine races into Courtyard Square. Marty sees Doc race to the lamppost and dangling socket. He closes his eyes as the clock strikes 10:04 p.m. and is struck by lightning, which zips down the cable and electrifies Doc as he reconnects the paddle plug and socket mate. Keels over. The trolley hook on the DeLorean connects with the cable at precisely the right moment, sending Marty back to the future. Two trails of fire in its wake. Doc sits up, astonished. The connecting hook dangles from the cable as electricity pulses through, then dissipates. On the roof in the background, Ryan and Jason jump up and down. On the roof, the McCauley brothers celebrate. Courtyard Square. Frazzled, Doc gathers himself to his feet, looks to the clock tower in disbelief, then to the cable before he runs up and down the two trails of fire, hollers with excitement. Yeah, ha ha! After a sigh of relief, he settles down. Suddenly, here he comes. Marty McFly runs out from behind a car. He dashes up those two trails of fire in his black leather jacket. Doc! 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 What? Doc! Marty turns Doc around, who screams in confusion. Okay, relax, Doc. It's Marty. No, it can't be. I just sent you back to the future. Yeah, oh, I know you did send me back to the future, but I'm back. I'm back from the future. Astonished, Doc staggers back, then stumbles forward. Great Scott, and faints. Marty kneels to help. Doc! 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 Oh, fantastic. On the roof, Ryan and Jason watch Marty try and wake Doc in the distance. This is it. We've never seen past this point. Ever. It's really weird without the music playing, though. We can fix that. Ryan begins to hum the ending theme, Swedish style. Jason joins in as they watch. Marty drags Doc over to his yellow 48 Packard in the distance. He opens the door, climbs across the seat, and pulls Doc inside. Exits the passenger side, walks around to the driver's side but stops, looks around Courtyard Square. Deja vu. He climbs into the car and drives off up the street. Ryan and Jason dash over to the side ledge and look down. The Packard drives by below. Best birthday ever! And it wasn't even mine! No kidding. Alright, let's get the DeLorean back behind the billboard and go home. Way ahead of you, bro. Holds up trash. Found it on the roof. Can I drive this time? No way. But you can fill Mr. Fusion and set the time circuits again. Jason takes off towards the DMC. Fills Mr. Fusion. Ryan climbs into the driver's seat. Closes his door. Jason closes Mr. Fusion. Runs around the vehicle. Climbs in. Shuts his door. Remember, we can't afford to mess up and bump into our other selves. Good thing we know exactly when we left. It's on the time circuits. The DeLorean lifts off. Folds its wheels 90 degrees. Slowly takes off into the stormy sky. Enter. DeLorean. Night. The LCD lights flicker on the time circuits. Letters and numbers blink erratically. What did you do? Nothing. Are we really going down this road again? I just don't want to end up in the prehistoric ages or something. There's nothing we can do. Besides, the short in the time circuits doesn't happen until the end of part 2. Exterior. Sky. Night. The DeLorean flies through dark, thunderous clouds. Rain begins to fall. The coils light up. Enter. DeLorean. Night. Ryan and Jason look back to the flux capacitor as they accelerate. It pulses. 85, 86, 87 miles per hour. Exterior. McCauley backyard. Night. It's quiet. McFarty waddles around the yard. Discovers spilt popcorn. Eats some. Moves on. Sniffs Ryan's half of the ticket. Moves on. Sniffs the other PS4 controller on the grass. Looks around. His senses on alert. The bedsheet movie screen flaps in an eerie breeze. McFarty hightails it back into his doghouse. Peeks out. Suddenly, 3 sonic booms and flashes of delight. The DeLorean bursts out of the bedsheet movie screen and into the backyard. The re-entry blast blows Ryan's half of the ticket into McFarty's doghouse. Ah! Brakes! The time machine comes to an abrupt stop. It bumps a wooden spool table in the middle of the yard, covered in frost. Through the windshield, the McCauley brothers are shocked. What just happened? I don't know. The time circuits aren't supposed to mess up until... Uh-oh. Gullwing doors pop open. Ryan and Jason jump out of the hovering time machine. How long have we had the DeLorean? Ryan looks to his wristwatch. Like 30, 40 minutes. Why? If my calculations are correct, from the point in time in which we borrow the time machine to when Doc is sent back to the Old West is roughly the same amount of time, give or take a few minutes. That's gotta be why we jumped out of the movie. So how do we get the DeLorean back inside? Jason runs over to the side door of the garage, opens it. Nothing, just the garage. Uh-oh. Holy shit, what? It worked. It really worked. You're just figuring that out? No, not the ticket. I mean, it was a ticket, but it wasn't. Searches self. Wait, where's my half? Jason unpockets his half of the ticket. Mine must be magical. It was the same ticket, douche, and it wasn't even the messed up time circuits either. What are you talking about? It was my wish. That's why I couldn't find anything about that ticket when I googled the box set. It's all circumstance. When I blew out my candles, I wished to see Dad one last time. This is it. This is our opportunity. Ryan runs over to the DeLorean, climbs in the driver's seat. Wait a minute. What if we screw something up? Now you're the hesitant one? Do you even have a memory with Dad? I remember him changing your diapers, wiping your butt, and laughing hysterically. I want to hear that again. But traveling through time within a fictional universe is one thing, especially when we knew every move they'd make. This could be bad. Look, I'm going with or without you. I'm not going to pass this up. My wish was the whole reason we went into the movie in the first place. What if we alter our reality somehow like Marty did? Like what? Save Dad? Cancer wasn't cured in the past, bro. I promise, we won't interact with anyone. We'll watch him from a distance. I just want to see him again. Hear his voice, his laugh. I want to see Mom happy with Dad again. How do you even know when or where he'll be? 10 years ago was the 20th anniversary of the original. We went as a family to see it in the park just a few blocks from here on the 4th of July. I was 5 and you were barely a year old. It was the first time I ever saw it on the big screen. Mom held you and I sat in Dad's lap. You cried afterwards during the fireworks. Jason takes off. Where are you going? We need fuel. Exactly. Ryan pulls his gull-wing door closed. Jason opens a trash can, grabs garbage, runs over and fills Mr. Fusion. Enter, DeLorean, night. Ryan revs the engine. Jason climbs in the passenger side, closes his door, sets the time circuits. What's our destination and time? 4th of July, 2005. 9 p.m. should do it. Exterior, Macaulay backyard, night. The DeLorean lifts off and disappears into the sky. Noelle exits the house, looks around the yard from her back porch. Boys, where did you go? McFarty peeks out of his doghouse. Farts. Definitely named you right. Exterior, sky, night. 3 sonic booms and flashes of light. The DeLorean bursts through space and time. The DMC flies over the suburbs. That never gets old. Keep a lookout. The park should be coming up below. Jason's pressed against the window, looking down. So where are we going to hide the time machine? I don't think we have to. Exterior, park, night. The park is full of lawn chairs and moviegoers. Everyone is gathered in front of an inflatable jumbo-sized movie screen with snacks. We just gotta land and exit the DeLorean without being seen. Back to the Future plays on screen. Marty talks with George in the background while he hangs laundry. Unbeknownst to the audience, the DeLorean flies circles above the park. The parking lot is full but empty, if that makes sense. Perfect sense. The time machine descends. Exterior, parking lot, night. The wheels of the DeLorean convert back to normal as it lands. Comes to a stop and parks under a banner which reads, 4th of July, Back to the Future 20th Anniversary Celebration. Coast is clear. Gull-wing doors pop open. The Macaulays jump out, shut their doors, and dash to some nearby bushes. Did you lock it? Can't risk anyone else stealing the time machine. Ryan presses the keychain alarm. Onk, onk, the DeLorean lights flickers. Attentive moviegoers take notice. Hey, where'd that come from? The future. No, seriously, it wasn't here a few minutes ago. Exterior, Macaulay backyard, night. The yard is quiet. McFarty peeks out of his doghouse. He cautiously exits with something stuck to his foot. It's Ryan's half of the ticket. He waddles around the yard, sniffs and nudges the PS4 remote, but quickly moves on to spilt popcorn. His senses on alert. The bedsheet movie screen flaps in an eerie breeze. McFarty runs back into his doghouse, accidentally steps on the PS4 remote on his way. Suddenly, the PlayStation and projector turn on. The latter flickers as the former skips back a few scenes. McFarty peers out from the safety of his house, canvasses the yard. On the bedsheet movie screen, Biff lies unconscious on the roof of his pleasure paradise. Gold chains, jewelry, boxers, loafers, and a robe which his own face adorns. A revolver lays on the ground beside him. He comes to, holds his forehead, confused. A flying DeLorean? I haven't seen one of those in 30 years. Gathers himself, stands. Behind him, the rooftop doorframe glows. He turns around, perplexed by the illumination. What the? He walks towards the door, stops to pick up his revolver. He cautiously approaches. Pistol drawn as he reaches for the doorknob. Twinkle. Gold dust sparkles from the frame as it opens. Twinkle. Exterior. Macaulay backyard. Night. Biff stands in the doorway of the garage side entrance. Twinkle. On the bedsheet movie screen to the left we see his backside. What the hell is going on here? Exterior. Park. Night. The park is alive and full of moviegoers. Some in cosplay and t-shirts that celebrate the 20th anniversary. Ryan and Jason peek out from behind a bush. Aw, man, we should have dressed up too. Nah, we've got the real deal. Less attention the better. Think I see us. Where? Ryan points to his family in the middle of the crowd. The Macaulays sit bundled up on a picnic blanket. 5-year-old Ryan sits in his father Tim's lap. Noelle feeds baby Jason. Look at me. I'm freaking adorable. Until you upchuck all over Mom. Do not. Give it a minute. Exterior. Macaulay backyard. Night. Biff is at the wooden spool table in the middle of the yard. The flux capacitor box set in his hands. Muddled, he looks back and forth between the bedsheet movie screen. Reads. Disconnect capacitor drive before opening. Shield eyes from light. Biff covers his eyes, presses the button on the box set. It lights up. He quickly realizes it's nothing. Sets it aside. Idiot. Exterior. Park. Night. Ryan leads Jason through the crowded park, headed towards their younger selves and parents. Where are you going? To get closer. Dad's just... Uh-oh. What? He's gone. Dad's gone. Ryan points to the picnic blanket. Their father isn't there. Oh, freaking great. We're gonna mess up the space-time... Excuse me, guys. Ryan and Jason turn. Their father Tim walks between them, headed towards concessions. The Macaulay brothers look to each other, shocked. You feel like popcorn? I feel like popcorn. No, 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 and neither do you. Ryan heads to the concession stand, gets in line behind his father Tim. Jason reluctantly joins his older brother. This is not safe. You said from a distance. Will you shut it already? Tim begins to order snacks when suddenly... Tim? Noelle and Jason freak. Mom? Tim turns around. Noelle carries baby Jason, holds younger Ryan's hand. Shocked, older Ryan and Jason find themselves in a predicament. Can you take the boys? Jason threw up on me again. Older Ryan laughs. Older Jason nudges him. I'm gonna go clean up. She hands over her younger children, leaves. Tim unknowingly looks to his older boys in line behind him. So, you guys think it's funny? It is. The first couple times. Wait until you boys grow up and have kids of your own. Poop, food, and puke will be your life. One day, Daddy-o. Sir, in the future. Oh yeah? Have a girlfriend? Older Jason nudges older Ryan. Doesn't help. Susie, she's 1 in a million. 1 in a billion. 1 in a... Goo-goo-plex. The woman of my dreams. Tim bellows out a hearty laugh. Ha! You're obsessed like me. I just introduced my little guy Ryan here to the animated series the other day when I found my old video cassettes. This is the first time he's ever seen it on the big screen. You two check out that DeLorean over there yet? So cool. Okie dokie, clean and ready for snacks. Everyone turns. Noelle approaches, grabs their concessions. Let's go take a family photo by the time machine before heading back to our seats. Didn't see it earlier. That's my lady. Tim leans in, kisses Noelle on the cheek. Well, nice talking to you guys. Maybe we'll bump into each other sometime again in the future. Ryan and Jason look to one another. Grin. Or in the past. Laughs. Tim grabs Noelle's hand. Walks away with his family. You said from a distance. Hope we didn't screw something up. Relax. We'll have a new family picture when we go home is all. Look. In the distance, Tim hands Ryan baby Jason. The Macaulay family poses for a picture beside the time machine. Enter. Macaulay living room. Night. It's quiet. Dimly lit. A shower is heard. The family photo shimmers as newly created memories are revealed. A DeLorean time machine appears behind the Macaulay family. In the kitchen, the back door opens. Biff cautiously enters, pistol drawn. Hello? Anybody home? He canvasses the room, approaches the table. A phone, newspaper, and magazine. Flips through the ladder. Calvin Klein. The phone buzzes. He picks it up. Text notification. Ryan. Biff grows frustrated. He can't figure it out. Sets it aside. Grabs the newspaper. Wednesday, October 21st, 2015. This has got to be a dream. He walks into the living room and discovers the recently changed family photo. A DeLorean. Faint singing is heard. He backtracks into the kitchen and looks down the hall. You don't need money. Don't take fame. Don't need no credit card to ride this train. Biff disappears down the corridor. It's strong and sudden, and it's cruel sometimes. Bathroom. Noelle sings in the shower behind befogged glass. But it might just save your life. The door creaks open. Biff peeks inside. That's the power of love. Hallway. Biff slowly closes the door, walks towards another. Bedroom. Biff enters, pistol drawn. Notices the bedroom divide and Back to the Future memorabilia. Everywhere. Posters, die-cast DeLorean toys, a Ford convertible Hot Wheels covered in manure. Crazy old codger didn't mention anything about all this. Biff opens the desk drawer. Charcoal art supplies and a tennis ball. Looks around the room. Robotics trophies, achievement awards, a comic book on the unmade bed. He walks over and picks it up, takes a seat and flips through it. Back to the Future. He looks up from the comic book to see the charcoal mural of Marty McFly, then back to the comic book. Son of a bitch. I'm fictional? He gets up, walks over and opens a closet. Teenage clothes along with an adult suit still dry clean wrapped. Perfect. Kitchen. Biff sits at the table, in a suit, no tie. He's reading issue 1 of the IDW Back to the Future comic book series. His robe hangs in the chair beside him. Little shit was supposed to be in Switzerland. Noelle emerges from the hall in her towel, singing, unaware of the villainous character until, what the? She turns to run. Biff jumps up, brandishes his revolver. Noelle's frozen. He walks over, grabs her by the arm. Take a seat, and forces her to sit down at the table. Get your meat hooks off of me. Shut up, you old bag. What are you doing in my house? And why the hell are you wearing my husband's suit? Here, put this on. Exterior, park, night. Ryan and Jason sit a few rows behind their parents and counterparts as they watch the jumbo movie screen. Is it clear yet? Jason looks back to the DeLorean. Only a few people gathered around the time machine. Almost. Should be soon. We need fuel. Jason motions to the concession trash all around. Good thinking, and begins to gather some. Ryan looks back, checks on the DeLorean. One family left taking a photo. Let's go. The McCauley brothers take off, only to stop and look back at their loving family. Tim rubs Noelle's back as they sit cuddled for the climax of the movie. Ryan smiles, pulls out his phone and takes a picture. Mission accomplished. Ryan and Jason take off towards the bushes. They lie and wait for the coast to clear. They make a mad dash for the DeLorean once no one is around. Ryan climbs inside, closes his door. Jason hastily fills Mr. Fusion, climbs inside, pulls his door closed. Last temporal displacement. The time machine lifts off, folds its wheels 90 degrees. You sure about that? We still don't know how to get the DeLorean back inside the trilogy yet. Exterior, McCauley backyard, night. In the sky above the yard, 3 sonic booms and flashes of light. The DeLorean bursts through space and time. It descends and disappears in the alley behind the fence. A gull-wing door is heard opening. Then the garage door. Ryan and Jason emerge from their garage side door moments later. Wait until Mom hears about this. She'll never believe you. A familiar voice is heard as they approach their back porch. Ryan crouches, pulls Jason down by his side. Wait, did you hear that? Think Mom's with someone. Ryan peeks through the window, freaks, ducks, and hides. What? What's going on? A major paradox? What? Jason peeks through the window. Noelle is held at gunpoint by Biff Tannen at their kitchen table. Holy shit! What do we do? How the hell did Biff get out of the movie? And why is Mom wearing his robe? I don't know, but there's only one man who can help us. Ryan and Jason dash over to their garage side door. All we gotta do is unpause him. Doc'll know what to do. But we just walked out of there. Ryan opens the door with anticipation. Nothing but a DeLorean time machine parked inside. Told ya. Why isn't it working? Roof! The McCulleys look down. McFarty breaks wind, shakes his tail at their feet. The other half of the ticket stuck to his foot. That's it! The other half! Ryan grabs the ticket half from the canine's paw. Jason removes his half of the ticket from his pocket. Hope this works. It's gotta. They hold them up together. Gold dust sparkles reach out from each half of the ticket. It's magically sewn back together. Twinkle. Ryan reaches for the door handle. Twinkle. Gold dust sparkles fall from the frame as it opens. Twinkle. Marty and Doc are still frozen in the middle of the street. Wait, we gotta warn Mom. Ryan pulls out his phone. Text. Keep Biff busy. Send. Enter. McCauley house. Kitchen. Night. Noelle sits across from Biff, staring down the barrel of a gun in his robe. She looks to her phone on the table. What do you want? Money? An explanation. An explanation of what? Why do you look so familiar? Biff slaps down the comic book on the table. What the hell is going on around here? Why is there a story about my stepkid and that crazy, wild-eyed scientist in there? Back to the Future? Yeah, my life. What's it to you? Just a movie in your reality? Suddenly, she turns ghostly white with recognition. Ding, a text. Noelle looks to her phone. What is that? My phone. Your phone? Yes, can I please check that? I'm worried about my boys. Biff agrees. She reaches for the phone. Boo! Scares her. First, you explain to me how, where, and when I can find the creators of this story, this movie trilogy. Okay, Noelle reaches for her phone. Biff waves the pistol. Nope, I can find the information you need on my phone. It's like a computer. He allows. Noelle grabs it and unlocks it. Text notification. Keep Biff busy. Gulp, she quickly swipes the message away. Well, she nervously fiddles with her phone. Please, give me a second. It's not easy when you have a gun in your hand. You'll learn. You'll learn. Noel clicks on a link. Okay, found something. While attending the University of Southern California, filmmakers Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale won a special jury award for their film A Field of Honor, which garnered the attention of Steven Spielberg during the Student Film Awards. When? Tuesday, July 1st. Noel hesitates, terrified with realization. Hello, anybody home? The year. Exterior, Lion Estates development site. Night. Marty and Doc are frozen in the middle of the street. Jason props a door open on the billboard. The McCulleys climb down as they did earlier, then rush out to the street. Remember, we're in their universe. Doesn't matter the movie's about to cut away when we unpause them. Right. You ready for this? Ryan pulls out his PS4 remote, looks back to the open door on the billboard, presses play. Suddenly, Doc and Marty begin to rapidly age. Ryan, what's going on? I don't know. They come to life mid-sentence. So you must be careful not to run into your other self. My other self? Doc, what the hell's going on? You're old. I don't know, Marty. You are too. Look, Doc and Marty are startled by the McCauley's presence. We don't have time for this. I'm Ryan and this is my little brother Jason. We're from the future and we need your help. The future? No, not your future, our future. Doc, what are they talking about? Who the hell are they? I'm old. Doc, what's happening? I don't know, Marty. Long story short, in our reality, you guys are fictional characters in a trilogy of movies beloved by the entire world. Wait, I'm a rich movie star? We came from there. Jason points to the open door on the billboard. Astonishing! You've literally opened the door to a parallel universe. The subatomic particles of our counterparts in your dimension must be seeping through into ours. This explains our rapid aging, Marty. Told you we shouldn't have propped the door open. Marty heaves, bent over, anxiety. I'm old. Relax, Marty. As soon as the doors close, I suspect we'll revert back to our younger selves. Great Scott! The Lucas theory. George Lucas? One of the greatest scientific minds of our time. You know him? This is heavy. Marty looks to Jason. What the? Yes, of course. His Millennium Falcon theory suggests countless worlds upon worlds, worlds without end. In every galaxy, every possible reality exists. What is reality on any one world is mere fantasy on all others. That's great and all, Doc, but we don't have time for this. We sort of created a major paradox that can destroy both our universes. Biff escaped the movie and he's got our mom hostage. Jumping gigawatts. That bastard. We gotta help him, Doc. Maybe he'll have the almanac with him, too. No, not that, Biff. It's that corrupt, rich and powerful butthead who's married to your mother and murdered your father. Great Scott. This is heavy. If Biff doesn't return to our dimension, the consequences could be disastrous. Let's go get him, Doc. Calm down, Marty. We can't. I'm afraid any further disruption of both our universes can shift our realities beyond repair. Well, that's a risk we're going to have to take. Our mom's life depends on it. Doc, the letter. The one I wrote you back in 1955. I mean, tonight. It all worked out. There's got to be something we can do that'll help. Time travel is one thing, Morty. Interdimensional exploration is beyond my knowledge, which I now seem to have a strange awareness of. The possibilities. Whatever you boys do, you got to get Biff back inside the movie. Ryan and Jason turn to leave. But how do we get the DeLorean back inside once we stop Biff? If we drive towards our bedsheet movie screen, we'll run into our garage wall. Jason backhand slaps Ryan. He replies with an elbow nudge. That's it. We just weren't thinking fourth dimensionally. Your brother's correct. Where'd you learn that? From you, Doc. All right. Safe travels. See you in the future. Or in the movies. Precisely. Ryan and Jason walk over to the billboard and climb the letters. They stop on the front porch and look back. Marty and Doc reposition themselves in the street. Thumbs up. Ryan presses pause. The McCulleys exit and close the door. Marty and Doc begin to revert back to their younger selves. Enter. McCulleigh house. Kitchen. Night. Noel sits across from Biff. His pistol lies on the table. These boys of yours. Where are they? I don't know. Last time I saw them was right before the back door creaks open. Ryan and Jason enter. Well, looky what we have here. Biff stands, grabs his revolver. The time vehicle. Where is it? No one answers. Biff points his gun at Noel. Wait, we'll show you. Please, don't hurt them. We'll be okay, Mom. We got this. Biff scoffs, motions to the door with his pistol. Where are you taking them? To slay the creators with the same gun I used on George McFly. Exterior, Macaulay backyard, night. Ryan and Jason exit the house, Biff right behind them. We've got to ditch Biff. How? Stop talking. Follow my lead. I said shut it. Enter, kitchen, night. Noelle looks to her phone messages, with Marty and Doc. Do you realize the consequences of what you're about to do? The picture of her children with the frozen Marty and Doc appears on her phone. Shut up, kid. She breaks down and cries. Exterior, Macaulay backyard, night. Ryan, Jason, and Biff walk across the yard. Ryan stops in front of the bedsheet movie screen, turns to Biff. My brother's right, you know. This is a bad idea. It'll destroy both our worlds. Kid, do you think I care? How many times have you watched me get a face full of manure in this trilogy? Now multiply that by everyone else in this reality. It's like a broken record, a bad dream. Now where's the time vehicle? Jason laughs, nudges Ryan, points down. What's so funny? Everyone looks. Biff stepped in McFarty's enormous turd. Exterior, alley, night. Ryan and Biff exit the back gate, the latter wiping his shoe. The garage door opens. Inside, Jason stands next to the DMC. That's more like it. Get in. Wait, we need fuel. Enter, DeLorean, night. The Macaulays snuggle up in the passenger seat. Biff takes the wheel. Gullwing doors pulled closed. Set the thingamajig. What's that? Biff holds up his revolver. You two think I'm playing? Okay, for when? Tuesday, July 1st, 1975. Ryan's eyes swell. Jason elbows his brother repeatedly. Flashback. Ryan sits with his mother at the kitchen table. Noelle pulls an envelope from the back of her magazine. Forgot. This came for you today. Western Union. She hands it to him. He looks it over, confused. I'm as stumped as you are. Don't open until 1975 written across. This looks like, but the date's a decade earlier. I know. Open it, save it, do whatever you want with it. Promise I had nothing to do with it. Your father, on the other hand, he was a prankster. Weird night. Must be a full moon. Flashback ends. Inside the DeLorean, the Macaulays hesitate. Biff grows impatient. Hello? Anybody home? Set the coordinates. Now! Ryan snaps out of it. Jason turns on the time circuits, punches in their destination. Flip that switch. Exterior, alley, night. In the garage, the DMC lifts off, folds its wheels 90 degrees, hovers into the alley, takes off into the sky. Remember, you guys are expendable. Don't go getting any crazy ideas. Exterior, sky, day. The sun shines down on a college campus. Students move about like tiny ants below. Three sonic booms and flashes of light. The DeLorean bursts through space and time, covered in a misty frost. It slows to a hover. Enter, DeLorean, day. Biff and the Macaulay brothers look out the windows at the students below. You two see a place to park this piece of tinfoil? Suddenly, a seagull hits the side mirror. Biff swerves. Whoa, you guys didn't tell me this thing had a blind spot. Over there. Looks like a rooftop garden above the dormitory. Good thinking, kid. Start looking for those dipshits. I mean buttheads. Exterior, sky, day. The DeLorean descends towards the rooftop garden. Exterior, dormitory roof, day. The rooftop is partially covered in planter boxes. Vegetables and other greens from the era flourish. Tools and supplies scattered about. The DeLorean lands in a clearing. Biff and the Macaulays jump out. Lobby should have a registry and head towards the rooftop door. Enter, stairwell, day. The Macaulays walk down the stairs, now ahead of Biff. They look to their surroundings with familiarity. Deja vu. I know. Weird. We gotta stay focused. Ditch Biff. Warn the Bobs. Follow my lead. The revolver clicks. Ryan and Jason turn, pistol drawn. You conniving little shits. You want to take a poke at me? Ryan and Jason shake their heads in fear. Didn't think so. Stay quiet or meet your maker. Biff holsters his gun in his back waist. Lobby. Commotion. Everywhere. Students coming and going, dressed to the nines. A banner reads, Second Annual Student Film Awards. Biff and the Macaulays exit a stairwell door into the clamor of college students. They approach a registry mounted on the wall, a list of names and room numbers. Biff puts his finger at the top of the list, slides it to the bottom. Ryan and Jason behind him. They look to one another in agreement. Zemeckis and Gale. Room 88. Nerds. Suddenly, the Macaulays kick in the back of Biff's legs. He falls to his hands and knees. Ryan's comic book sticks out of his back pocket. He grabs it, he kicks him in the butt, and disappears with his little brother into the crowd. You're dead, you little shits. Stairwell. The Macaulays rush inside, lock the door. Top floor. Let's go. Wait a minute. The letter. Ryan pulls the envelope from his back pocket. Written across, don't open until 1975. He tears it open. It's from the Bobs. Dear Ryan and Jason, on the day you arrive back in time, you will be... Lobby. Biff stands, gathers himself. A student approaches. Did you see where those kids went? Are you okay? I think they took your wallet. Biff walks away. I think they took his wallet. Stairwell. Jason listens intently as Ryan reads the letter. Please take whatever precautions are necessary to prevent this terrible disaster. Your friends in time. The Bobs. Ryan looks to Jason. All right, Mr. Robotics Club President. Are you ready to literally control our density? No, I'm smaller. You got this. I can get closer without him seeing. We gotta get back to the DeLorean. Then let's make like a tree and get out of here. They dash up the stairwell, laughing. It's leave, you idiot. You sound like a damn fool when you say it wrong. Lobby. Biff approaches the stairwell door, sees the McCulleys run up through the door window. It's locked. He throws a tantrum. Stairwell. Ryan and Jason run up the stairs as fast as they can. Lobby. Biff wanders, looks to passers-by. Excuse me, is there an elevator? No response. Tries again. Can you help me find maintenance? No help. A flower child walks by. Biff approaches, stops. Useless hippie scum. Exterior, dormitory roof, day. The McCulleys burst out the rooftop door, run to the DMC. Jason opens the driver's side, reaches in and pulls a lever. Dumbass took the keys but didn't lock it. Ryan opens the hood, grabs Doc's upgraded suitcase, slams it. Don't forget the hoverboard. Roger that. Jason grabs the flotation device and shuts the door. They dash back towards the rooftop door. Enter. Dormitory hallway. Day. The McCulleys exit a stairwell door. Doc's suitcase and hoverboard in tote. Ryan looks to the room numbers. This way. They run up the hall and come to a stop at room 88. Do we knock? I don't know. Shh. I'm telling you, Bob. There's no way you'll fit. Clinking is heard from within the room. Want to bet? Why does it smell like Mom's room at night? Dorm room. Two men in their early 20s share a joint in their kitchen. It's Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis, half-dressed in tuxes. One holds the contents of their refrigerator. The other one tries to fit himself inside. We don't have time for this, Bob. We gotta get going, man. Heard that Spielberg guy's gonna be there. Relax, Bob. We have plenty of time. I know I can fit. The joint is passed. Suddenly, their door is kicked open. Ryan and Jason stand in the doorway. We're from the future. The Bobs burst out in laughter, cough up a storm. Who the hell are you dipshits? Buttheads. Sounds better. I like dipshit. The McCulleys close the door, lean against it. Like my brother said, we're from the future. We came here in a time machine you guys kind of invented. What do you mean, kind of? We don't have time to explain it all. Trust us. We have proof. Ryan nudges Jason. He tosses the hoverboard. It floats. The Bobs are shocked. They look to their joint in disbelief. Lobby. Biff's agitated. He paces back and forth. Notices an axe alongside a fire extinguisher. Unholsters his pistol. Smashes the glass of the butt of his gun. Grabs the axe and starts to chop away at the door. Dorm room. The Bobs are flabbergasted, yet still puff away. Ryan and Jason look out the bedroom window. Great Scott! This is heavy. Tell me about it. He's on his way. Lobby. Biff chops away at the door with an axe like a madman. It opens. He races up the stairwell. Dorm room. Ryan sets Doc's suitcase by the window. Hands the Bobs his letter. Remember, all our lives depend on this. Once this is over, write this letter and send it Western Union. Hallway. Biff exits the stairwell. Looks to the room numbers. Walks down the hall. On a mission. Comes to a stop at room 88. Composes himself. Sniffs the air. Chuckles. Reefer addicts. Hello? Anybody home? The door opens slowly. Biff raises his revolver. The Bobs stare down the barrel of his gun. Let's make this nice and neat. Biff pushes inside the dorm room and looks around. Just the Bobs. No one else. Those kids. Where are they? Kids? It's just us, man. Doesn't matter. Say your prayers. Suddenly, the Bobs point to something behind Biff. What the hell is that? He falls for it and turns. The Bobs shake nervously. Their fists ball. Last time I fall for... Pow! The Bobs double punch Biff in the jaw. He staggers back before being bum rushed into the hallway, where he falls to the ground and is trampled over. Biff looks up, down the hall. You can run, but you can't hide, as the Bobs run off and enter the stairwell. He gives chase. Dorm room. It's empty. The dust settles. The curtain blows from the open window. Suddenly, the McCully brothers peek through. Let's go finish this and get our asses back to the future. Exterior, dormitory, day. Ryan and Jason climb the fire escape scaffolding, Doc's suitcase and hoverboard in hand. Stairwell. Biff runs up the stairs. Winded. He pauses, looks up to see the rooftop door slowly close. There's something very familiar about all this. Exterior, dormitory roof, day. The Bobs run across the roof towards the ledge. Look over it. Suddenly, Biff kicks open the rooftop door behind them. Go ahead, guys. Jump! A suicide will be nice and neat. The Bobs back up to the ledge. What if we don't? Lead poisoning. The Bobs look back down over the ledge, then climb it. See, I've been through this before. Over and over. I suppose it's poetic justice. Nowhere to land in this reality. I have the keys to the time vehicle. Biff taunts, jingles the DMC keys in his hand. What vehicle? Biff looks around. The DeLorean is gone. What the hell? Adios, butthead. The Bobs leap off the roof. Biff scratches his head with his revolver. Confused, he looks around. Suddenly, the DeLorean rises from the ashes with Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis standing on the hood. Arms crossed. Both gull-wing doors pop open. There's no one inside. Impossible. Nothing's impossible. Biff looks to his left. Ryan McCauley stands on the ledge, the remote control to the flying DeLorean in his hands. It's like the doc says. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. The Bobs climb into the time machine. Gull-wing doors pulled closed. Thumbs up to Ryan as they take control of the vehicle. Biff swings his revolver towards Ryan. Pulls back on the hammer. Click. Ryan freezes. I'll make sure to say goodbye to your mom for you. He pulls the trigger. Click, nothing. Click, nothing. Over and over. Biff finger counts like a child. 1, 2, 3 of you. Where's the fourth? Chicken, I suppose. Hey, butthead. Biff turns around. There's no one there. Down here. Biff looks down. Jason is crouched on the hoverboard. He holds the sarg up to Biff's eyes. Gets dizzy and faints. Thud. Smack into a garden supply of manure. The McCaulleys laugh. You did it! You're the bravest kid I know! Biff stirs, looks up. I hate manure. Then passes out again. Laughs and celebrations. Enter. DeLorean. Day. The Bobs absorb their surrounding. Switches, blinking lights, the time circuits, the flux capacitor pulsing. They look to one another with excitement. Their eyes swell with adventurous ideas. Exterior. Dormitory roof. Day. The DeLorean lands. Ryan and Jason approach. The Bobs jump out. High fives, excitement, and embraces. This is heavy duty. Does it run on regular unleaded or does it require a little more kick? What does that fusion reactor do on the back? Are those cooling vents because this sucker's nuclear? Does the car's stainless steel construction disperse a temporal field from within that capacitator? How does it defy Earth's gravitational pull? Guys, you'll find out through the natural course of time. No one should know too much about their own destiny. We don't want to endanger what you two created that brought us here. Just remember, character rights. The Bobs look to one another. Agreed. Jason, you're on Mr. Fusion. Guys, a little help here? Ryan bends down to pick up Biff. The Bobs help load him into the time machine. Jason fills Mr. Fusion. The Bobs watch every move they make. So where are you guys headed? Back to the future? Ryan and Jason chuckle. Agree with a smile. Will we ever see you again? You never know. Your future isn't written yet. No one's is. Well, safe travels, my friends. I want to thank you both for all your good advice. We'll never forget this. It's been educational. Good luck, you guys. Ryan climbs in the driver's seat. Jason snuggles up with a snoring Biff. Gull-wing doors pulled closed. The DMC roars to life, lifts off, folds its wheels 90 degrees, takes off into the sky. The Bobs watch it fly away in amazement. Back to the future. Does have a nice ring to it. Can't wait to tell my pops about this next week when I go home. Have fun cleaning the attic. Maybe you'll find a treasure. Enter. DeLorean. Day. Ryan drives as Jason sets the time circuits. Biff sleeps. Why'd you give him that information back there? They should have figured that out on their own. Do you ever want to see a sequel, prequel, remake, or reboot? I don't. It was the only way. Ryan shifts gears. I hope this doesn't change anything to the movies. I really like them just how they are. Me too, bro. 86, 87, 88 miles per hour. 3 sonic booms and flashes of light through the windshield. A clear night sky. Exterior, McCauley backyard, night. The time machine descends into the backyard. Hovers a few feet off the ground between the wooden spool table and the bedsheet movie screen. Enter, McCauley house. Kitchen, night. Noelle sits at the table, still wearing Biff's robe. She swipes through pictures of her children. Commotion outside. She runs to the back window, looks out over the yard, rushes to the back door. Exterior, McCauley backyard, night. Noelle steps onto the back porch, looks to the hovering DeLorean with concern. Mom! Gull-wing doors pop open. Ryan and Jason jump out, rush towards a motherly embrace. Mom, you wouldn't believe it. We knocked out Biff with the sleep-inducing alpha rhythm generator. Oh, I believe it. I'm just glad you boys are finally home now. Almost. What do you mean, almost? Ryan points to an unconscious Biff in the passenger seat. We still have to get Biff and the DeLorean back inside the trilogy. Noelle walks over to get a closer look at Biff inside the hovering DeLorean. And how are you going to do that? We're going to fly towards that screen at 88 miles per hour. Terrified, Noelle looks to the bedsheet movie screen, closes her eyes, silently says a prayer. It'll be okay, Mom. You just gotta think fourth dimensionally. I'll get the fuel. Jason, turn on the PS4 and projector. Jason does as asked. Ryan finds trash, fills Mr. Fusion. We gotta select a precise moment so it'll be like he never left. Of course, so he'll wake up and think it was all a dream. Ryan walks over to his mom. Just like the movie in the park, right, Mom? Noelle's confused, then realizes it was them, back in time. Ryan, get over here. Which scene? Ryan runs over to the wooden spool table. Jason hands him the PS4 remote. Nope, all you, bro. Just make sure it's a wide open space. Can't afford to go crashing into some tree or instantaneously arrive inside a building. Jason ponders the situation. How about right after, on the bedsheet movie screen and in the backyard, Jason skips through scenes of part 2, presses play. Marty bumps into Red. Watch where you're going, crazy drunk pedestrian. Red! Confused, Marty turns around. Biff's Pleasure Paradise Hotel and Casino above the clock tower. And pause. Ryan ponders something, disregards his thought. Let's rock and roll. The boys hug their mother. You know, your father used to talk about that movie in the park night. He always thought those kids he talked with in line were so cool and how they would keep the trilogy alive for generations to come. Fitting it was you two. Hugs and kisses. Be safe, boys, and watch that re-entry. Heard it can get a little bumpy. You bet. Ryan and Jason climb into the DeLorean as it hovers. You might want to stand back, Mom, and pull their gull-wing doors closed. The time machine lifts off into the sky. Noelle walks over to the back porch and looks up. The DeLorean flies upward. Enter, DeLorean, night, Ryan, Jason, and an unconscious Biff. Altitude's good. Exterior, Macaulay backyard, night. Noelle looks to the sky from her back porch. The DeLorean turns around amidst the stars, pauses and hovers. Enter, DeLorean, night. Ryan and Jason look out the window. Biff sleeps. Can you see it? Won't be able to until the nosedive. Are we over the backyard? Affirmative. Jason wedges the ticket into time circuits. Now this sucker's interdimensional. Ryan pops the clutch, shifts into neutral. Wubba-lubba-dub-dub, then pitches the DeLorean downward. Hi-ho silver. Through the windshield, a tiny bedsheet movie screen below. Exterior, Macaulay backyard, night. Noelle looks up, hand over mouth as the DeLorean free falls from the sky. Enter, DeLorean, night. Ryan and Jason are focused. Biff sleeps. Through the windshield, the bedsheet movie screen gets closer. The speedometer quickly climbs into the 80s. Exterior, sky, night. The coils on the time machine light up. Enter, DeLorean, night. 86 miles per hour. Ryan and Jason close their eyes. 87 miles per hour. The bedsheet movie screen hurtles forward. 88 miles per hour. Exterior, Macaulay backyard, night. Noelle watches, hand over chest, as the DeLorean rockets by. 3 sonic booms and flashes of light fill the yard as the time machine bursts through the bedsheet movie screen. Silence. 2 trails of fire in its wake. Exterior, Courthouse Square, night. Bikers party and loiter outside Biff's Pleasure Paradise below. 3 sonic booms and flashes of light high above the crowd. The time machine bursts through space and time. Wait a minute, we're too early. On the clock tower steps, Biff's goons knock out Marty. He's going to be asleep for almost 2 hours. It did cross my mind. And you let me pick our point of entry? The DeLorean swoops around to the back of Biff's hotel. At least we didn't run into trouble like Marty did with those Indians. Let's park this puppy on the roof and refill Mr. Fusion. Exterior, Biff's Pleasure Paradise, roof, night. The time machine lands. The Macaulays jump out. What were you thinking? We've already messed things up once. Relax. Your scene selection was good. There wasn't many to choose from in this alternate reality with enough wide open spaces. Besides, I came prepared. Ryan reaches into the DeLorean, pulls out a bag of trash, walks over, and begins to fill Mr. Fusion. I learned from the best. Precautionary measures. Exactly. So, are you ready? Of course I am. No, I mean, are you ready to take this sucker up to 88 miles per hour? Ryan tosses Jason the keys to the DeLorean. He jumps for joy, wraps his arms around Ryan. You're the best big brother ever. Not really. I'm always a douche, treat you like shit, and I'm sorry. You're my brother, my best friend. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have succeeded and saved both our universes. It's okay, Ryan. I know you love me. It's just all those hormones and teenage angst you got going on. But I don't know how to drive. Enter, DeLorean, night. Jason's at the wheel. Ryan snuggles up to Biff. Doors closed. You pop the clutch and drive. I'll shift gears. Jason turns the ignition. The DeLorean roars to life. Ryan sets the time circuits. 2 hours from now ought to do it. We'll still have to wait a while before Doc arrives to bail out Marty. We just gotta find a good place to lie in wait. Exterior, sky, night. The DeLorean flies into the darkness behind Biff's hotel. How about that building Marty crashes into at the end of part one? That's perfect. The town theater is adjacent Biff's hotel in the back. Enter. DeLorean. Night. Jason pops the clutch. Ryan shifts gears. That's it? Yeah, you're in third gear now. Fourth and fifth. I got this. Jason takes control, pops the clutch, shifts gears. This is a video game. Speedometer rapidly accelerates. Exterior, sky, night. The DeLorean flies through dark storm clouds. Biff's pleasure paradise in the background. Rain begins to pour. Uh-oh. Windshield wipers. Left of the steering wheel. They turn on. Thunder. Lightning strikes. The DeLorean swerves from the bolt of lightning. Whoa, easy. Last thing we need is to get struck by a bolt of lightning. First time driver here. The DeLorean disappears into the darkness of the storm. Let's get out of here. Then suddenly reappears as the coils light up. Enter. DeLorean. Night. Jason drives. Ryan pays close attention. 86, 87, 88 miles per hour. Three sonic booms and flashes of light through the windshield. A clear night sky. That was a close one. Fists pounded. Exterior, sky, night. The DeLorean makes a U-turn in the crystal clear sky, flies towards the back of Biff's illuminated hotel in the distance. Exterior, town theater roof, night. The DeLorean descends, lands. Ryan and Jason jump out, look up to the back of Biff's pleasure paradise in the sky. How long do we have to wait? Not sure. Shouldn't be too long. You've got first watch. Ryan checks on Biff. Out cold. Jason climbs the DeLorean, lays in the hood, interlaces his fingers behind his head, looks up. Ryan wanders, stumbers upon a homeless encampment. This reality must really suck. A makeshift bed, can of beans, box of peanut brittle, Burger King wrappers, empty whiskey bottles and a photo. Ryan bends down, picks up the picture. Worry spreads across his face. Jason, you gotta check this out. Ryan runs over to the DeLorean, hands Jason the photo. Holy shit, it's the classic wishing well photo of Marty, Linda, and Dave McFly. Only Marty fades in and out with a different face. That's Eric Stoltz. What did we do wrong? Click. Hey, buttheads. Ryan and Jason turn. Biff has them dead to rights. Jason jumps off the hood, backs up against his older brother. This can't be happening. Go ahead and shoot, Tannen. Suddenly, clonk. Biff is knocked unconscious, falls to the ground. A homeless Dave McFly on the other end of a pipe. You killed my dad. Ruined my life. Dave. The McCulleys dash over. Embraces. Oh my gosh, the smell. Are you kids okay? What are you doing up here? Hey, cool car. Jason looks to the photo. Michael J. Fox is back. You saved us, Dave. What did you mean shoot? I emptied his gun when you knocked him out earlier. Dave looks to the sky, then to the time machine. Another flying DeLorean? The McCulleys look up. The time machine flies around to the back of Biff's pleasure paradise. Hover parks and waits. It's the doc. We gotta get going. Quick, grab his feet, Dave. Ryan and Dave pick up Biff. Jason finds some garbage, fills Mr. Fusion. Say, that's a really nice suit. I always wanted to wear a suit to the office. Ryan grins, drops Biff on his head. Thud. Moments later, Dave McFly stands in front of the DeLorean, proudly wears Tim McCully's suit. Biff's unconscious in the passenger seat. He now wears Dave's homeless clothes. The McCully brothers stand on opposite sides of the DMC. Gold wing doors open, 1 foot inside each. Classic pose as they look up. Marty jumps onto the hood of the DeLorean from the ledge. It slowly rises, knocks out Biff. Let's go! Dave, you're a lifesaver. Don't forget to check your coat pocket. Ryan and Jason climb inside the DeLorean and pull their gold wing doors closed. Exterior, town theater, roof, night. The time machine lifts off, folds its wheels 90 degrees, takes off into the sky. Dave watches, takes another swig. Enter, DeLorean, night. Ryan drives. Jason snuggles up with an unconscious Biff. God, these clothes stink. Marty and Doc are long gone by now. Biff's just got to wake up and walk into our backyard. But what about Mom? That's on our counterparts. We already succeeded, and so will they. And Dad's coat pocket? A trilogy collectible he used to carry around for good luck. Exterior, town theater roof, night. Dave takes a swig. It's empty. He smashes the bottle, reaches into his coat pocket. A coin. Jumps for joy. Biff's Pleasure Paradise Hotel and Casino. $1 million. Exterior, Biff's Pleasure Paradise, roof, night. Biff lies unconscious. Gold chains, jewelry, boxers, loafers, and a robe which his own face adorns. A revolver lays on the ground beside him. He comes to, holds his forehead, confused. A flying DeLorean? I haven't seen one of those in 30 years. Gathers himself, stands. Behind him, the rooftop doorframe glows. He turns around, perplexed by the illumination. He walks towards the door, stops to pick up his revolver. He cautiously approaches, pistol drawn as he reaches for the doorknob. Gold dust sparkles fall from the frame as it opens. What the hell is going on here? Biff enters, closes the door. Silence. Suddenly, the DeLorean rises up over the back ledge, hovers above the roof. Jason opens his door, shoves out Biff. Thud. So long, Turd Blossom. Let's blow this timeline. Jason closes his door. The time machine takes off, swoops around to the front of Biff's pleasure paradise. Enter. DeLorean. Night. Ryan drives. Jason turns on the time circuits. Doc was right. 1955 really does contain some sort of cosmic significance. He punches in their coordinates. Remember, we gotta make sure that we don't bump into our other selves stealing the time machine. Borrowing. We're bringing it back right now. Exterior, Lyon Estates, development site, night. Behind the billboard, the DeLorean lifts off, folds its wheels 90 degrees, slowly takes off into the sky. Marty and Doc are frozen in the street. The time machine flies a circle above, disappears into the distance. Silence. Suddenly, three sonic booms and flashes of light in the sky. The DeLorean bursts through space and time above the Lyon Estates pillars, brakes, lowers, and parks behind the billboard. Ryan and Jason jump out, run to Marty and Doc. Let's unfreeze him and say goodbye. We can't. Our counterparts just borrowed the time machine. They, or we, still have to come back and get their advice. It would just confuse them if we did. Time travel. I know. Let's go home, brother. Ryan and Jason climb the billboard. They stop on the front porch and look back at Marty and Doc. Pound fists. Exterior, Macaulay backyard, night. Ryan closes the garage side door. Jason beside him. Let's pack it up. Call it a night. Ryan walks over to the wooden spool table, ejects the Blu-ray, unplugs his PS4 and projector, begins to wind up cords. Jason grabs the ladder, heads towards the bedsheet movie screen. Hold off on that. Maybe Mom will let us watch part 3 out here tomorrow. He sets the ladder aside. We really gonna watch part 3 without finishing part 2? Of course not. We'll finish part 2 in our bedroom tonight. Just gotta get all the electrical stuff inside first. Jason grabs the projector and cords. Ryan grabs his PS4 and remote controls. Thanks for going with me. Glad you finally have a memory with Dad now. All thanks to your wish and a little movie magic. Jason unexpectedly hugs Ryan. It's reciprocated. I love you too. You know, I've been wondering, do you think we'll be able to spot ourselves in the background during the Clock Tower event? There's only one way to find out. They dash over to their back porch. Can we finish the sequel tonight with one of Dad's old VHS copies? Ryan reaches for the doorknob. Hell yeah, just gotta dig 'em out. Suddenly, a green portal appears on the bedsheet movie screen. They look back, then to one another. What the? Two familiar figures jump through into their backyard. It's an old Doc Brown and Marty McFly. Doc now wears a long white lab coat. Marty wears a yellow shirt. The portal continuously spins behind them. The Macaulay brothers approach. Ryan, Jason, you've got to come back with us. Where? Back through the portal. Wait a minute, Doc. What's going on? We just got back. Better prepare yourselves. This shit is heavy. For what? We have school tomorrow morning. Something's got to be done to repair the temporal junction point of the entire multiverse. Checks wristwatch. During your brief visit, I had a revelation, a vision, a picture in my head, a picture of this. Doc holds up his latest invention, the portal gun. It's what makes interdimensional travel possible. Ryan and Jason look to each other. Uh-oh, it's taken me almost 30 years to realize the vision of that day. My God, has it been that long? The Macaulays look to one another, pound fists. Looks like it's time to get swifty. Doc takes a swig from his flask, burps, precisely, then wipes away green drool. This is going to be heavy. Doc, Marty, and the Macaulay brothers leap through the portal. The end. Back in Time by Huey Lewis and the News plays.